Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So this video is all about the Lionsgate portal happening August 8th, 2020 concerning the star Sirius. So this has been building up power for almost a month now, but 8/8 is when this portal opens with full intensity, and because of this gate opening, our crystal bodies, spirit, frequencies will be inheriting a lot of energy from the star Sirius. So if you already know the pile that is calling to you, you can head to the descriptions and comments for those timestamps to the meditation, the sound selection, and the piles, because I'm going to take a couple of minutes here to explain exactly what the Lionsgate portal is for those of you that may be new to this or don't know much about it. So first of all, let's start off with the actual date, which is 8/8, otherwise known as August 8th. So 8, when we just look at the number 8 is the shape of our DNA. And DNA is a genetic coding, or it's a manual. It's almost like instructions for protein that makes up and powers our bodies. But only 2% of our DNA is said to actually code for our body. So 98% of our DNA is referred to as junk because the coding is incomprehensible. And it looks like gibberish compared to the 2% that we've been able to decode or translate. And so it's not junk. It's actually just a different language that we've yet to crack, in my personal opinion. It's kind of like we need a Rosetta Stone in order to translate exactly what's going on with our DNA here. But 8 is also the number of infinity, and this represents the underlying parts of us, the part of us that is infinite, the soul, and parts of our DNA that seem to be useless when it's actually holding a sacred code. It's actually holding something that we haven't tapped into for who knows how long, thousands, maybe even millions of years. And Sirius, the star that is responsible for the Lionsgate portal, directly in alignment with Earth. And this happens every single year in the season of Leo. And this is why it's referred to as the Lionsgate portal. But talking a little bit about Sirius, Sirius is twice the size of our terrestrial sun and is 26 times brighter than the sun. So this is a very, very powerful source of energy that can be seen from Earth. And that's why so many ancient civilizations worshipped or venerated Sirius as a very regal or important sort of planet. And the ancient Cometians, otherwise known as the ancient Egyptians, they saw Sirius, or otherwise known as Sopdet or Sotis is what they referred to Sirius as, but they saw this planet to be the place of our ancestors, where our ancestors went when they passed on, sort of like a gateway to heaven and other realms. They saw it as the home for highly advanced light beings with ancient technologies and archaic wisdom. The ancients worshipped and revered the sun for how powerful it is, right? So with the Sirius being so bright, it caught the attention of the ancients, and the star is most noticeable in Leo season after disappearing for nearly 2 months. They saw this 2-month period, the 70-day period, as a time when the great mother Aset, who is also known as the goddess Isis, the Egyptian goddess Isis, they saw this period as a time when the great mother Aset and her husband Asar, or Wiser, otherwise known as Osiris, descended into the Duat, otherwise known as the underworld or the hidden realm. And with Leo season and the rising of Sirius, Aset and Asar would rise again after the 70-day period with their son, Heru, otherwise known as Horus. And this is to show that ultimately they came to defeat darkness, chaos, and to bring back divine balance, order, and to restore Ma'at. And this is why Aset is also known as a priestess of Sirius, a holder or keeper of its wisdom. This was also the time that the Nile would have its annual flood, and that flood would nourish crops and bring in an abundance of food, prosperity, fertility. In other words, this would bring a lot of blessings to the people of Kemet. And this is why the pyramids of Egypt were built as perniters, and this is meaning the house of nature or energy, where you could have your dormant senses activated, as we are divine aspects of a greater whole that sometimes needs a catalyst to reconnect to the more primal parts of ourselves, that junk DNA. So Sirius will help activate the hidden codes, the crystalline body, to invigorate the soul, sending us a lot of downloads. Sirius as well, getting into more of the astrological placements for this Lionsgate, Sirius is going to be opposing Jupiter, who is retrograde and is also conjunct with Pluto and Saturn, who are also both with retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. So Sirius, the brightest star in our night sky, is shining its light, wisdom, advanced consciousness, and technology onto the three planets that have brought so much karma, transformation, and change in 2020 globally to the world. Pluto, is the god of death. Jupiter is the god of expansion, and Saturn is the god of karma. These are very dense, heavy energies. Dense energies can leave us feeling hopeless, can leave us feeling pointless. And these are the planets that have uprooted life as we know it. And so Sirius will be opposing these energies in a way to give meaning and purpose to it all, to say that this was not done in vain. So for much of the world, this will be clarity, answers, illumination, and fate that is coming into our life, showing us why we had to make certain sacrifices, why certain things had to change, why certain things had to end, why other things had to begin. So let's go ahead and get to this meditation. For those of you that want to participate, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds. Then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive a downloaded message from the great planet Sirius or Sotis. And so this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And we'll start that meditation right now. All right, here on pile 1, we have an angel phantom quartz. On pile 2, sodalite. On pile 3, lepidolite. And pile 4, blue lace agate. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to meditate with the crystals on each pile. hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what messages that Sirius has for you today, and I will meet you over at your pile. All right, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that this Lion Gates portal is going to be activating for you this August 8th. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and see what tarot cards you have here. And so the very first card that we have is the Six of Wands. The next card is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the final tarot card that we have here is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so pile 1. This is activating massive potential for you, as well as this Lionsgate 2020 is turning back the hands of time for you that I'm seeing with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. So you're going to have another shot at something that you really wanted with the Seven of Cups down here. This gate is also activating recognition for something that you did a long time ago, pile 1, and you never received proper compensation or acknowledgement for it maybe, but this is coming in now. Whatever this is that's coming in now is going to bring extra opportunities, paths, options, choices for you. As well as this will bring a lot of attention your way with the Seven of Cups down here. But the thing is this will be mixed attention. Some of this attention is genuine support and others will be more obscure. You will have to really get down to the bottom as to who or what this attention is and what motive they have. And I say you're going to have to dig a little deep because of the Seven of Cups right here. Seven of Cups talks about options, choices being presented. But with an abundance of options comes a price. That's why following the Seven of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups, a person that has to walk away from what they wanted or was emotionally connected to. So this is a card of exchange in a sense, as well as with the Seven of Cups. We don't necessarily know what's behind these 7 cups. That's what we deal with this card. Things are sort of hidden. And that's why there is a bit of ambiguity when we're dealing with the Seven of Cups, where you really don't know what you're getting. It just looks like a lot of options, and what is actually inside of those cups is pretty concealed. It's hard to see. So you don't know if you're getting a crystal, you don't know if you're getting a statue, you don't know if you're getting whatever this is, you don't know if you're getting the star, you don't know what you're getting when you deal with the Seven of Cups. You're kind of just guessing. Honestly, you're kind of just choosing something without really knowing what's coming with it. So like I was saying, this can be the card of exchange in a sense. There's a massive time of acknowledgement for you as well, pile 1. I'm also seeing someone from the past come back, and this may have been someone that rejected you or didn't choose you before when they had the chance to, but now that you're like this shiny new thing with all this attention or success around you, they want to be a part of it. And there's something here about having to choose between your new life and your old one, or your past and your present, because success is being activated for you. All these different avenues and ways, Seven of Cups, that you could experience the success. A lot of ideas will be coming to you at this time as well, and they're going to bring a lot of fortune to you in the future as well. There's this is the thing, pile 1. Your schedule has been a bit off. Maybe it always kind of has been. Either it was put off or it was always meant to be like this. Either way, though, this portal is aligning you with receiving benefits, prosperity, affluence from past work, and the ideas and work that you are doing at the present moment. You're going to end up reaping the major benefits for it in the future. It's a matter of timing working differently here for my pile 1s. So many of you have felt like there's no compensation for what you do or what you did, like you haven't received the things that you were deserving of, or many of you have been doing some sort of work without looking for benefits and recognition. Maybe you did it just because it simply felt good to do it. So for many of you, this is going to be an unexpected but very pleasant surprise, as well as some of you, I just picked up here, I just heard, some of you helped someone out in the past, like in a recent past. Maybe you gave somebody a place to stay. Maybe you let them borrow your car. Maybe you loaned someone some money. Maybe you saw somebody on the side of the street and you gave them some food, or you bought them something. You know, you did some sort of good deed just out of just wanting to do it as well. That's also here. You're getting compensated for that. But like I said, there's this kind of like weird wonky timing here with my pile ones, where it's like things that you did in the past, you're starting to get rewarded for now. And the things that, the ideas that are coming to you now, that you're going to start maybe working towards right now, you're going to get rewarded for them in the future. So there's like this weird sort of cycle of seasons happening here for my pile ones. But like I was saying, this is a very pleasant surprise. Very, very pleasant surprise. You're going to love this for sure. That this Lionsgate portal is activating for you for the rest of this year, for the rest of 2020. That's how the Lionsgate portal sort of works. It's not just something that happens within the week. This sort of activation is something that stays with us for a lifetime. But for sure, for the rest of this year, you're going to be working with harvesting a lot of different things, a lot of different good deeds that you've done that maybe your karma hasn't necessarily compensated you for yet. That's definitely coming. That's coming for sure. Let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, see what other messages that may be trying to come through. So we'll start with these. So the very first one, look at that. Very first one that we have here, pile one, is pleasure. Okay. The next card that we have, look, synchronicity. Making a lot of sense. Then we have here stillness. Okay. And then wonders. I love this card. And the final card that we have here is Yogini of 285 Hertz. Okay. And I'll be reading this one out of the book in a little bit. But first, let's go over these other oracle cards. So with pleasure and synchronicity, that's pretty much what we were picking up here with the tarot cards. This is a fated or aligned pleasure, joy, victory that is coming in for you, that has belonged to you for a long time. It's almost like farming. Is that what I'm picking up here? You know how it's like we plant crops during a certain season, then we have to work and labor to maintain those crops while allowing Mother Nature, Mother Earth to do her thing. We have to help maintain these crops or to nurture them until it's time to harvest them. So this Lion's Gate is activating your harvest while you are also planting more seeds and ideas for you to reap that harvest later on. So this Lion's Gate is happening for you to actually reap certain benefits, as well as it's giving you ideas that are acting as seeds for you to plant them right now, for you to be able to harvest them next harvesting season. Hopefully that made sense. It sounded like it did in my brain, but hopefully it did. So, basically you're collecting and planting all at the same time. That's the synchronicity that's happening here. So it's like, yeah, the pleasure is coming from this being like a season of harvest for you, a season of like blessings, things starting to actually come in, you starting to see actual tangible results here. But as well as too, like I said, the synchronicity is also coming with like the timing. So you're reaping, you're receiving, as well as you're planting and giving. Okay. And then stillness and wonders. Like I was saying, many of you won't be expecting this with the stillness card here. Things may seem slow moving, or like they won't happen, or like you're simply not expecting it until this wonder or miracle in a sense comes through. Wonders is saying you didn't or don't see this coming. Things feel very still or stuck at the moment, or like there's not much to expect out of something right now. And then boom, something miraculous, wonders, just sort of occurs. So this is also saying you won't know how it happened, because this will feel overnight for you. You'll know that this was work that you did from the past. You'll know that this is something that you sweated and labored over for some time, but the recognition and acknowledgement will seem so sudden because you're not expecting it. Like the creation of the universe with this wonder card right here. That's exactly what this wonder card looks like to me. It looks like the creation of the universe, how the universe was just still at first. It was just darkness. It was just this womb, this space. that was able to host or hold a life. And then some sort of life source energy comes in and it gives life to that womb. It plants something in that womb. And then boom, the universe is sort of created. This Big Bang theory, So just because things were still and dark at first before the universe was created, there wasn't one star or planet in the sky. But just because it was still doesn't mean that there was nothing happening. Clearly something was happening to cause the Big Bang. Clearly something was happening to have put this dark womb space out here in the first place, right? So, this Lion's Gate here is activating your Big Bang moment, pile one. This is your Big Bang moment coming through. Okay, and let me go on ahead and get the book here to read what this Yogini of 285 Hertz means. All right, you guys, and so it says here, changes in your life, including closing doors or missed opportunities, are not going to derail your fulfillment. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's exactly what I picked up here. Okay. And so it says realignments are happening based on divine wisdom and timing. It's exactly what we talked about. Okay. You're being diverted from unnecessary obstacles and suffering. Trust in how your life path is unfolding. Stay true to your authentic healing journey because it is working, whether you realize that or not. Significant inner healing is taking place. Something wonderful is happening, pile one. Something miraculous is happening, pile one. This is synchronicities here. Let me go on ahead. That's crazy that this card went so perfectly with your reading. I love that when the readings match up like this. But let me just shuffle one more card. So give me a second. Let's see if there's any additional messages, anything that I didn't pick up here as far as this Lion's Gate portal for my pile one. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so what we have is, it says forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Beautiful. I love that. And then underneath the deck we have here deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. This is beautiful. Okay, so forge, don't follow, meaning like you be the one to take the first step. You be the one to put yourself out there, pave a new path. You be the leader that you wish you had. You be the leader that you are praying for and hoping for. Whatever it is that you're praying and asking for, you become it right now. Give yourself enough permission to become that right now, pile one. And deep cellular healing is saying that for sure you have a lot of things happening right now. This Lion's Gate is going to be activating a lot of deep cellular healing. So this is going to be physical and emotional healing, as well as what I'm picking up is this is a lot of past life healing as well. A lot of past life healing for my pile ones that this Lion's Gate is also activating for you, which is so, so beautiful. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before checking out your oracle cards to see what this Lion's Gate portal is going to be activating for you this August 2020. So let's go on ahead and check out your tarot cards. So the very first one that we have here is the 4 of Swords in reverse. Then we have here the 2 of Swords. And then the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so pile 2, the Lion's Gate portal is activating your throat chakra with this 4 of Pentacles down here for sure. You see how she's holding her throat here? And we have the 2 of Swords. The card of indecision, mental assessment, confusion, and it's coming directly after this 4 of Swords over here in reverse. So the 4 of Swords is about resting in what it is that you know, contemplating recuperation, and it's in reverse to say that you haven't made or found peace with what it is that you know, or you haven't found peace because maybe very simply you haven't found the answers to something it is that you really have wanted to know. There's something you may need to say or do as well, and you are suppressing expressing it. So this Lion's Gate is activating your need to communicate, to ask questions, demand answers, and to let it be known where you stand, how you truly feel. There will be a side you may feel that you have to choose as well. Someone or a certain situation will ask you to make it clear where you stand. This is that portal. The Lion's Gate is wanting to take my pile twos out of this place of stillness, because every card that we have here is very still. Four of Swords is resting, almost meditating. Two of Swords is unable to move because they are unable to choose or to decide. And the Four of Pentacles is stagnant because of its rigidity. This portal wants to transfer you to a space or environment that's progressing and changing and transforming, but this has to be situated first. I just saw a pair of eyes as well. I don't know if you've been seeing eyes at night or in your sleep or at random, maybe like random art or visuals, something like that. But I just saw a pair of eyes and they look to be yours. I think another message here, as far as the eyes are going, is that many of my pile twos in the months following, you will find yourself in situations where you cannot straddle the fence anymore, so to speak. You won't be able to stay out of situations. So for example, like if you had two siblings or two friends that were at odds arguing about something and one of them was clearly in the wrong, you're not going to be able to play devil's advocate anymore. You're not going to be able to stomach playing devil's advocate. This Lion's Gate is activating your throat chakra, where you won't be able to sit by and idly watch. You will find yourself having a lot more opinions. Things will start to not just rub you the wrong way, but it'll almost disturb you to sit back and not be able to speak your mind. The same way that she's holding her throat in this Four of Pentacles will be you in the following months. It'll be increasingly difficult to contain your inner thoughts. You will become more opinionated, much more opinionated. You may have had a hard time in the past making decisions and sticking to them as well. Well, this gate is going to activate something in you where you respond to decisions very easily, where you learn how to trust your own decision-making skills. Four of Swords in reverse tells me some of you weren't allowed to state your opinion or weren't encouraged to, or there was someone else around that asserted themselves a lot and didn't give you an opportunity to make decisions. This is overbearing sort of energy here that this Lion's Gate is breaking you out of completely. This feels like younger energy as well for some of you. So some of you may be transitioning to your adult years and really wanting to establish that you can do things on your own. And if you can't, then you want to learn. Some of you are here saying or have said before, I want to make mistakes. I want to screw up. I want to have to figure it out because I want to learn. I want to be independent. And you have this understanding of being independent and learning also comes along with its failures or lessons or challenges and complications. And so that doesn't necessarily scare you. This is you saying, I want to be independent and I want to be able to count on myself. This gate is activating this energy for you big time. There's also this vision of gold coming out of her mouth here with this Four of Pentacles, like she's almost spitting it out. There's a big decision here. Like a really big decision that I'm picking up on. Some of you will be deciding at some point this year to go your own path, to walk down the road less traveled, to break away from expectations put on you, or not even expectations, but it's this feeling here of, for example, maybe your parents want you to go to college, but you decide to go on a different path. So yes, you may lose that support, or, whatever support it was that your parents were bringing. Maybe your parents are disagreeing with you. Maybe you lose their financial support. Maybe you lose that emotional support because they don't agree with what it is that you want to do. But you are beginning something from the ground up that is going to be yours. You're going to be able to look back with pride in what you did. There is fortune here to be collected, but it will be hard work. And many of my pile twos, you guys are ready for that. I can feel it. Like I said, this doesn't scare you. Maybe it did at one point, but it don't scare you no more, where you're just like, listen, in order for me to put myself out there, in order for me to reach my potential, in order for me to go after my goals and my dreams, I can no longer fear failure. I can no longer fear challenges. I can no longer fear these things that are going to teach me how to be successful. We are taught how to be successful. It's not something that just comes to us. It's something that we progressively and gradually learn and unfold. So it's not something that we just stumble upon overnight. And if we do, more times than not, we end up just losing it or screwing it up because we didn't learn how to get there. We didn't take those steps that we needed to take to learn how to develop this sort of success. So this is the way that you're doing this. You're building something that's extremely stable. That's not just going to come toppling down. You're building something that is extremely dependable and reliable. something where it's like it's going to take a force to knock it down, because it's like you're building something from the ground up, from scratch, and you're learning every step of the way. So this is you becoming self-sufficient, independent. This is you also, like I said, again, building something. So yeah, there's a lot of your future that's unfolding here. But even more so, it's really like your potential. It's really you kind of stepping into that, like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go through these lessons. I'm ready to go through these challenges, and I'm ready to kick their ass. I am ready. Like, I'm ready. Like, there's this Lionsgate is activating that like inner fearless side of you, where it's just like, yeah, we're gonna have to learn things, but that's okay. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, see what else it is that we're seeing. We'll start off with these ones. Very first one that we have, look at this, pile 2. Look at this. Blessings. The next one that we have, oh my God, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We have protection here. Beautiful. Look at that. What were we talking about this whole reading practically? You building something, your potential, you tapping into that, not being afraid anymore, not being afraid of failure, not being afraid of challenges. That's potential. Potential is like this inner warrior. Potential is something that develops, it unfolds. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Then we have here harmony. Alignment is what I just heard with this harmony card here. Okay, and the final card that we have is Varapatra. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Please excuse me if I'm not. Okay. All right, let's start off with potential and harmony here. So potential, this is you stepping into your own capabilities. Like I said, you want to be independent. You want to be able to rely on yourself. And some of you will leave the nest, so to speak. And when I say nest, I mean this comfortable place, this safety net, you know, that's already been sort of decided for you or worked out for you. And all you have to do is follow someone else's game plan and you're fine. But you are activating your own potential by doing it yourself. And you know, this nest, it might not even be something that's comfortable for you. It might be something where you're like, I currently hate the place that I'm living in. I currently hate my job. I currently don't like this. I currently would love to change that. But at the end of the day, it's something that you can rely on. It's something that you can depend on. It's something that's still going to be here tomorrow and the day after and probably next year. So it's something where it's like, you know, you might not like it, but it is there providing for you in some way, shape, or form. So I see you kind of leaving that nest in a sense. And harmony here, I'm seeing you meet family that you are connected to, but not by blood. This is going to be by choice. This is people coming into your life that will help you along the way, pile 2. You will never be alone on your journey because the universe will always have a person almost on like standby to keep you motivated and committed to your goals, your future. These people will be almost like cheerleaders in a sense, encouraging you, strengthening you, supporting you, pumping you up when you need it most, even if it's just a shoulder to cry on, or if it's a mutual connection to other opportunities and other people. Harmony is saying that things will seem chaotic because you're not going down the beaten path. You know the saying, what's peaceful to a spider is chaotic to an ant. You are realizing that the environment you truly belong in, and you are starting to create that space with this portal that's happening. So what you're doing is like, it's almost like the strength card. You know how it's like that woman, she's almost trying to like force this lion to be domesticated. And the lion's like, why don't you act more like an animal? Why don't you act more like a lion? But it's like, she's a civilized human being. So it's like one of them don't fit in that environment. And they're almost trying to force it in a sense, you know, they're almost trying to force this environment to work when it's just clearly not going to work, you know. And even if it does work for the both of them, maybe she can domesticate this lion, you know, or maybe he can convince her to return back to her primal ways. But at the end of the day, his lion tribe, you know, might not accept her. He might accept her, but the rest of his world might not accept her. She might accept him as a pet, but the rest of the world might not like him as a pet, or him living in her house, or him walking around their neighborhood. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if they find a way to make it work, the rest of the world may disagree with this. So it's like the atmosphere is kind of wrong. And I see you remaking that atmosphere to really fit you, so that the way you can have that pet lion, you know? But I'm really seeing you work around this atmosphere here. And the thing with let's move on to blessings and protection here. So yes, again, you will not be alone out here in the world, pile 2. Definitely not. You are taking a leap of faith, speaking your mind, telling your truth, going in your own direction, but you will be protected and blessed because of the bravery that it takes to step out of expectations and to step into your own vision. So you're going to be very rewarded for that, because people get rewarded for being innovators, for being revolutionaries, for thinking of things differently. You know, we get rewarded for things like that because we're doing something different. So, you know, potential is always going to reward you. It's always going to reward you with harmony, with things that are in alignment with you. It's always going to reward you with blessings. It's always going to reward you with potential, because you're going your own way. Okay, and let me go ahead and get the book so we can read this card here, see what this means. This card here says, out of confusion, a clear and progressive pathway is opening up for you. This is so wild to me. This is wild. Okay, it says, it is an auspicious time to give generously of yourself to others, enriching the quality of your connections, expressing spiritual blessings of goodwill and encouragement from your heart. A powerful blessing is entering your world. You guys see, I have to hold up the book. That's crazy. A powerful blessing is entering your world. A prayer is now being answered in a beautiful way. Spirit gives freely and generously of all good things, and the task of humanity is to learn how to receive. The key to receiving is an open, surrendered, generous, and trusting heart. This is beautiful. It says here that there's blessings. A powerful blessing is entering your world. You have the card here of blessings, pile 2. And then it also says, Spirit gives freely and generously of all good things, and the task of humanity is to learn how to receive. That sounds a lot like harmony and potential, as well as protection. This is so beautiful. Oh my God. Okay. I just love it when messages line up like that, because that's kind of like my confirmation that we were on track. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle one final card for you guys just to see if there's any messages that I did miss, that I didn't pick up. So let's go ahead and see what you guys can expect for this Lion Gate portal. What is Sirius blessing my pile 2s with? What is Sirius blessing my pile 2s? Okay. So we have here, you're not alone. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? It says here, you are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. I told you guys that Spirit is going to have people on standby for you, pile 2. Do you believe me yet? And then we have here a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Like I told you guys, you are creating your own atmosphere. You're creating your own atmosphere. And then underneath the deck, we have forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader that you wish you had. This card actually came out for another pile as well, interestingly enough. So you may have picked that other pile, and if you did, again, this is just double confirmation coming through. This is beautiful. Oh my God, this is amazing. So pile 2. Just making sure you guys can see that. Okay, so pile 2. This is all that I am seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that this Lion Gates portal this August 2020 has in store for you. So let's go ahead and check out your tarot cards here first. And the very first card that we have here is the Knight of Swords. The Six of Pentacles comes next. The Star card in reverse. And the final tarot card here is The Eight of Wands. Okay, so first off, pile 3, there's a different optic being downloaded to you in terms of your body, where you see your body differently, you connect to it differently. So especially if you just started like a new diet or new workout routine or yoga, some sort of holistic healing, or if you've just simply started appreciating your body, loving your reflection, don't stop whatever you're doing, because it is doing wonders for the relationship that you have to your body. Another thing this portal is gifting you with, pile 3, is speed. Very quick movement, quick developments, as well as ease. Things that are just effortless, they feel like. Knight of Swords cuts through any sort of resistance because of his speed and his exactitude. He is precise, he is precision. And Six of Pentacles is coming through in your spread as ease, as something that is effortless, something harmonious or cooperative. Because in the Six of Pentacles, someone out of the good, just the goodness of their heart, has decided to give to others that are less fortunate for whatever reason. They don't have to beg or work for this person's generosity. This person just wants to give. So there's fast pacing and ease coming in here. The Star card in reverse can struggle with faith and believing in a better tomorrow. So there's something here, pile 3, or something in your life that you have a hard time believing can change for the better. But this Lion's Gate is coming to prove you wrong in that area of your life, especially with all this fast moving energy with this Eight of Wands right here. There's also the element of surprise that I heard with the Star card. What I actually heard as soon as I saw the Star card is you wouldn't believe. So many of my pile 3s, your crown chakra is being activated, and the rest of this year you will be experiencing connections with humans as well as non-human entities that show you how important you are. Not just your power, but there's a focus here on how important you are. A star system keeps coming in as well. Okay, so you may have recently discovered or started doing more research about where you're from, or like fixed stars, star systems, some sort of star system like Pleiades, the Orion, Arcturian, Indigo, Crystal, Starseeds, something like that. I'm not that familiar with the systems myself. Only a couple of them I'm familiar with because I've met some of them in my dreams. But for sure, you may have just recently discovered or is about to discover where it is that you come from, your soul, where your soul comes from. You will know because this will resonate with you, and the connection you feel, you will feel, the connection will feel strong, as though you're from there. The connection's going to feel like home. It's almost like when you go and revisit like your childhood home or something, and it just feels like you know where the bathroom is, you know where the kitchen is, like everything's still in its place. It's going to feel so familiar to you, like you've been there before. So there's also a realization of how beautiful life is that you're connecting to this year, pile 3, how fragile and random but purposeful it is all at the same time. So this portal is activating a very deep connection that you have or can feel all around you. This will also instigate a lot of your spiritual abilities to reawaken. For sure, telepathy, where you come into contact with different beings. And don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess these occurrences either, pile 3. You will at first, but eventually the messages that you receive will start validating themselves or almost like authenticating themselves somehow. This is going to change around your entire outlook. And I see a lot of you going into some sort of service for others after this sort of experience or realization, because you will have this deepened connection to the world around you. Write about your experiences as well if you can, pile 3, because somehow in the future it may need to be shared with other people. So document as much of this journey as you can if you don't already, okay? Let me see. That felt like a lot. Let's check out your other oracle cards. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else here. Okay, I also see a person, like one person in particular coming to you, pile 3. But this is somebody that's almost they're gonna like take you under their wing in a sense, but they're going to feel extremely protective over you. If you haven't met this person already, the way that this Knight of Swords is just standing here is how this person's gonna be, where they're just like, you have to get through me to get to them. It's almost like this bodyguard coming through. But it's because this person cares about you so much. So either this person is already in your life, But I don't really feel like that. I feel like for many of you, this is someone that you're about to meet. And they get very, very attached to you, but it's because they feel, not even that they feel, they know in some way, shape, or form that they are here for you, to kind of protect you from something. I'm trying to see what they want to protect you from. Let me shuffle an extra card 1 second. Give me a second, you guys. All right, let me just see. Let me just get a clarifier on what it is they're trying to protect you from. Ooh, okay, well, 9 of Swords. They're trying to protect you from yourself. Okay, that was confirmation, because I had heard earlier, like, they're trying to protect you from yourself. But yeah, I wanted to see for sure. 9 of Swords in reverse. They're trying to protect you from yourself, from dark thoughts, from fears, from self-defeating thoughts, self-defeating programs and beliefs that you have that may have been sort of ingrained in you when you were younger or through different experiences. Yeah, this person's going to come through and they're almost going to be like your, they're almost going to be just like somebody that's there to like protect you in a sense from your own mind. And they're almost going to like instill this sort of confidence in you, but it's not that they're going to give you confidence. They're just going to show you how to do confidence, how to be confident. They're going to kind of come through and make you realize who you are. Like, I almost forgot what I said. Yeah, you guys are the pile where I definitely did say something is trying to come to you to show you how important you are, not just how powerful, but how important you are, because you may have dealt with feelings of insignificance throughout your life. But let me tell you something. The only people that question if they are important are the ones that are actually important. You know how they say crazy people never question if they're actually crazy or not? So if you ask yourself if you're crazy, you're more than likely not crazy. Yeah, well, people that are prideful or very egotistic, like people that are like, yeah, I know I'm this, I know I'm that, they're usually the ones that are insignificant, or they feel like it, and so they're trying to hide behind this different facade or persona. But it's the people that get beat down over and over and over again in life. It's the ones that are told you're never going to amount to anything, you're never going to be anything. These are the people that end up doing something to change the world or leave their mark on the world. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards, because I'm starting to feel like this Knight of Swords for my pile 3 right now, where it's just like, oh no. Realize the royalty that you are, pile 3. There's something here that's significant about you that you've forgotten. You've forgotten it because of the incarnation that you're in right now. But your soul chose this path for a very specific reason. It chose this path. The star card's right here. It chose this path for a very specific reason. The card that we have, the oracle cards that we have here, the very first one is happiness. Okay. Beautiful. I love that. Okay. The next one that we have is action. That action card is very interesting. Then we have here enlightenment. Yep. Exactly. Then we have here imagination. I've got the Temptations song in my head right now from this imagination card. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that song. My parents, like, I grew up around a lot of oldies type of music. So, yeah, it's stuck in my head because of this imagination song. Beautiful song. Or imagination card. It's a beautiful song, but I wonder if those lyrics have any sort of message for my pile 3s. If you guys have ever heard that, that's the Temptations song, but that is so stuck in my head the second I saw it now. And then the next card that we have here is, look at that, wisdom. Beautiful. And the final card that we have here is the Sun of 417 Hertz. I'm in love with this card already. I don't even know what the hell it means, but it's something about it that's very, very moving for me. Okay, so let's start off with imagination and wisdom. Should I keep this? I'm gonna keep this Nine of Swords, or this, yeah, Nine of Swords card in reverse here for you guys, because maybe it means something for you guys. Okay, so I'll keep it here. So imagination and wisdom. Like I said, you may think at first that these messages and things that you're getting is all in your head with this imagination card here, but it isn't. It's very real. But the experiences may be hard to believe in at first because you will try to, or you may try to fight believing in these things. Your skepticism or your critical mind will say something else is happening with this Knight of Swords down here. But deep down, you're going to know that this is very real with the Star card in reverse. It'll just be hard to accept that this is your new reality after these gifts start awakening in you, after you start receiving messages from beings and certain entities and energies and meeting them and conversing with them. Yeah, once these, it may be a difficult reality to accept where it's just like, okay, I hear messages, so that might be a little something to get used to, but eventually you will. And you're going to receive a lot of knowledge and wisdom from these experiences, from these beings that you meet. Many things at first, the signs and messages you receive are going to be more like premonitions, because these energies, they know how critical you are. They know that you're not going to believe them very easily. They know that they know that they're not going to be able to just tell you just anything sort of crazy and you're just going to go, okay, yeah, I totally believe in that. I totally have faith in that. They know that they almost have to like prove themselves to you first, right? They know that you need to see something in order to believe it with this Star card in reverse. The Star card also kind of talks about having certain type of mind, because the Star card is ruled by Aquarius. And so these beings are going to work for your trust by showing you that these messages are real, that they are accurate, that they are valid, that they are relevant. So at first it'll be little things like so-and-so is going to call you and your phone ends up ringing, or you'll have a dream of something and it happens exactly like your dream, or things without being told them, or you hear a message and then someone says those words to you verbatim. It'll start like that at first to prove to you that this is not your imagination. This is wisdom coming through. This is something real. This is the truth that is coming through. And action, happiness, and enlightenment. So action is like this Knight of Swords card and the Eight of Wands down here. Where there's going to be a lot of fast motion, fast movement, a lot of activity will be occurring, particularly the next 6 months. I just heard pile 3. There's going to be a lot of enlightenment and wisdom coming to you. This will expand how you see things. And that's where this happiness card comes in at. You're going to see things differently, pile 3. Life won't look and feel the same. You'll have a deeper appreciation and love for life around you. You'll start to see life as this temporary experience where you are here passing by to drop off some of your influence, ideas, and magic. You're going to start to see it that way, and you're going to start to treat it almost as though like a kid in like a candy house, where it's just like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like, you're going to realize the impact that you have. You're going to realize your importance here. There's something very, very important about you realizing your importance and who you are. So I see many of you, and my pile 3 is going off on this journey to discover even more about your essence. Okay, your essence. This could even be your own physical incarnation. Maybe you learn about where your family comes from or something like that, and this opens up some things for you as well. So let me go ahead and get the book and read this card out of there to see what this means. And it says here, you are being healed from guilt and fear. Like we talked about with this Knight of Swords in reverse. Something is coming in to save you from yourself, from your own mind. It says here, again, you are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. Like I said, someone is coming in to show you how to be confident, to show you how to do confidence. And it also says, such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. Like I said, something wants to show you how important you are. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Exactly, pile 3. Exactly. That's beautiful. I'm going to shuffle one more card for you guys because that right there, the description of this card is wild for me because it's exactly what I was picking up. So let's go ahead and see there's any other messages that I missed, anything else that this Lion Gate portal wants to bring to your awareness for my pile threes. So let's see. All right. Messages for pile three. What does Sirius want to say to pile three? What messages does Sirius have for my pile threes? Any additional messages? Okay, that one just went flying. Okay, so the very first one here that we have is wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Okay, so this may be a specific message for some of you that were wondering something or wondering if you should make a move about something, and it says wait here. Oh yeah, we have the card action, Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Wands right here. So maybe there's something specific that you are wondering about if you should wait, take your time one. This is a specific message is what this feels like. If you were wondering about something, that looks like the answer. And then we have here cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, there's a lot of alchemy that's happening with my pile threes. Almost like chemistry in a sense. There's a lot that's happening with you guys. And like I said, there's a lot of your gifts being reawakened in a sense. And that's what I'm also getting from this cracked open, but it says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So if you have hit rock bottom with something, it's because you're being remade. The sun of 417 hertz, if you look in this card, it almost looks like she's being made by the sun's rays, by the fire of the sun. There's something here where you're being remade, pile three. You're being remade. Like I said, you're coming out of those old constructs where maybe you attacked yourself mentally or something like that, you know. And the card that we have here underneath the deck is deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Wow, that's beautiful. So yeah, like we said, there's definitely something coming through here trying to show you how important you are, which is so beautiful. But this is all that I'm seeing for my pile twos. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that this Lion Gate portal has in store for you this August 2020. So let's go ahead and start off with your tarot cards. The very first card that we have here is the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Four of Wands. Okay. So for you, the Lion's Gate will be activating your third eye. This is coming through so clearly, pile 4, where you will be able to see and heal other people's shadows. You're going to have a different level of tolerance with others because they won't be able to disturb you in the way that they used to. Instead, when someone lashes out, you're going to see someone trapped by fear or insecurity or oppression. I see you also connecting more closely to angels and energies that protect you, your family, and your home, because it looks like someone or something is passing the baton to you, or like they're passing down something to you. Like maybe like some sort of like inheritance, spiritual inheritance, or some sort of gift that you inherit. This almost looks like a mother or a mother figure or a mothering energy and presence gifting you with the ability of sight, as well as I see you being able to banish or control lower level entities, specifically in people's homes. And this is odd. This is really odd. But yeah, you're going to be able to see people differently. You're going to be able to see their light and their darkness. This may be a bit much for you sometimes, but again, like I said, you have control over these energies, so you can dictate how much you do and don't want to see by simply stating it. Tell your angels, like I said, I saw you connecting even deeper with your angels. So tell your angels if this starts to bother you that you don't want to see certain things, but you have survived something, pile 4, either an ego death or a dark night of the soul, or a near-death experience, an abusive situation, addiction, a health crisis, mental health. There's something here that you overcame or are overcoming. And this is why you will have your sense of darkness almost activated. And I'm trying to be really careful with my words here because I want to freak you guys out. But the only way to relate, right, is to go through. The only way to see is to have seen. There's a darkness that you overcame or escaped. And because of that, you can see other people's darkness or hardships or traumas or pains or challenges or demons. So out of nowhere, in the coming months, you may start receiving information on people when you shake their hand or see them or enter into their domain, like walking into someone's home. You may pick up on what happened there, especially if it was something darker. But just like you'll be able to detect darkness, guess what? The high priestess is here. And she sits between the realms of light and dark, the known and unknown. So she has a balanced eye and being able to detect all things like light and dark and everything in between. You may also find your faith this year or get initiated into some sort of practice as a priest or priestess or a healer or some sort of expertise in your field. These upgrades are bringing you crystal clear sight though, Pile 4. You see how there's like an identical woman in this Four of Wands card right here? You're going to be able to see beyond people's masks and outer layers into something deeper. So some of you may have asked for this gift or have wanted it, so you will be getting to see what it's like. But again, you are in control, so don't fear these experiences. It's a gift to be able to see what we truly are, because this body, this flesh, bone and blood is an illusion. It's an avatar, but what is inside of this body is a mystery. And you are gaining the keys to that mystery, Pile 4. So this is a gift right here. And you don't have to fear it. Because like I said, you're in control. But at the same time, too, I know sometimes I get asked these questions, like if I see ghosts, if I see entities, if I see things like that. And it's like, yeah, I do. But it's nothing to fear, because guess what? We are exactly like they are, except we have flesh to cover up this energy. So it's not that we're seeing something that shouldn't be there. We're just seeing things that are around us 24/7. You know, there is so many spirits and energies around us that if we could see what's literally in the air, it probably would freak us out a little bit, because we're not used to seeing it. But once you get used to seeing it, it doesn't really shock you anymore, you know? I'm also seeing you get really good at some sort of skill with this Magician card here. For herbs, for some reason, keeps coming through. You working with herbs, you working with like holistic healing practices, you working with as well as something like astrology. I see you getting really good at a certain skill. It doesn't have to be herbs and astrology. It could be something completely different, like, I don't know, like mechanics or something, or like engineering. But I do see you getting really, really good at a skill. It's just the two that keep coming through to me, though, is astrology and herbs for some reason, like herbal medicine, holistic medicine, especially because too, for those of you that may have had certain health issues in the past and you overcame it with holistic healing by getting away from like allopathic medicine, things like pills, things like that, you getting away from that and going in a more like holistic or natural way of healing yourself, that is going to ignite almost like this knowledge in you, where you're like, I want to help other people find this knowledge. That's another thing that I picked up earlier, but I wanted to get out what I was saying before I forgot it. But another thing that I picked up earlier is you're also going to help initiate people onto their own spiritual journey. So like I mentioned earlier, if you get initiated into some sort of practice, you may almost go out as like a scout, you know, where it's like you're almost like scouting people that are looking for spirituality, that are looking for, because there's a lot of parasites out here that claim to be spiritual. There's a lot of parasites. And I mean, this is the thing, like we see it in religion, we see it in church. It's going to be no different with the spiritual community. You know, so don't get fooled by people that sound and look spiritual. I mean, we're still human at the end of the day, no matter what. But you know, I do see you here almost guiding and becoming a priestess yourself, becoming some sort of, not master, but almost like becoming some sort of wise being yourself that is going to pass down some sort of knowledge, some sort of teachings, some sort of something for sure, because of what it is that you know. So I see you helping other people get initiated into their own conscious or spiritual journey. I see you helping people out of their own dark nights of the soul, helping them through their own ego deaths, things like that. I see you really seriously helping as well. Some of you may be psychic mediums, helping other souls to kind of cross over into the light. I see that as well very, 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 very clearly here with this High Priestess and Four of Wands, helping other energies find their way back to where it is that they're trying to get to, especially if they're earthbound. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, because that might have sounded like a lot, but take what resonates. So, you know, every little thing might not resonate with you, you know, but take what it is that does resonate right now. Some things might not resonate at this moment because you haven't experienced them yet. It might not resonate until a month from now or next year, you know, but take what resonates with you right now. Don't try to force anything to fit just because it's your pile, okay? But yeah, let's go on ahead and see what your oracle cards have to say, because this Lionsgate for my pile 4s is activating a lot. So the very first card that we have here is taking risks. Okay. Then we have here, oh, beautiful, delight. I like all the colors on this card. It's beautiful. Next card that we have, look at that. Going forward. Beautiful. Okay. The next card that we have is Speak Your Truth. Beautiful. Okay. Then we have here Vitality. Interesting. And the final card that we have is Karma of Kutuhala. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please forgive me if I'm not. Okay. So let's start off with going forward, taking risks, and delight. So going forward and taking risks with delight. This is really good, pile 4. Whatever felt risky to you before in your life will feel like the right move for you now. Whatever felt threatening before will feel in alignment with you now. It'll feel like it's embracing you now. This is you overshadowing your own fears so they don't have as much power over you. This is you diving into something that you were too scared to do before and finding delight, finding fulfillment and happiness in it, finding yourself in it. So this is you getting lost and finding yourself. This is you, and that's why I'm saying, in order for you to relate, you have to have gone through. In order for you to see, you have to have seen. And that's exactly who the High Priestess is. There's a lot of stories about the High Priestess. One in particular is where she was forced into the underworld, and so she had to work her way out of the underworld. But in order for her to do that, she literally had to take every single step on her own. She had to learn things on her own because she was forced down there. And for her to emerge from the underworld back into the land of the living. And now this is why she sits between life and death, dark and light. That's why she holds a seat on that throne in the in-between, because of the fact that she was forced somewhere and had to find her way out. This is what I'm saying with you, pile 4, is you have gone through something and you had to save yourself. You had to be the one that came in and got yourself out of that situation. And so you know it so personally. You know it so well now. And this is exactly why you're going to be able to help other people through their own sort of moments that they're going through, because you've been there. So for sure, there's something very powerful about you having been somewhere dark, or having been somewhere difficult, having been somewhere challenging, and coming out on the other side and being able to help others through that. Vitality and speak your truth. The message I'm getting with these cards is don't hold back, pile 4. Vitality is solar plexus energy all day. This is your inner power, and it wants to be expressed through your throat chakra. And I believe this is saying don't hide your gifts, whatever they may be, as well as messages I just heard. Oh, okay. Because I just heard the word messages. So don't hide your messages. pile 4. You're going to start receiving messages, maybe to share with the world, or maybe these are more personalized messages for individual people. And these cards are here saying, don't be afraid of spreading these messages. That's why they came to you, to be broadcasted. So trust in that. You know, if you receive some sort of download or a message about someone, share it with them if you feel like you should, because it's for a very divine reason. It's for a very divine reason, okay? We don't always understand everything about the high priestess. She's extremely mysterious. She's ruled by the moon. But we do know the sound of her voice. We do know the sound of her call. We do know when she's reaching out to us. We just might not understand everything else. But when she wants us to know something, we know it. And when she reaches out, when she yells out for us, we recognize that voice. Our spirit recognizes that voice. That is where resonance comes from. When we resonate with something, when we get those shivers or those tingles, that electricity sort of feeling through our body because something speaks to us or makes sense to us, that's your high priestess getting activated. All right, so let me go ahead and read the book for this card here, Karma of Kutuhala. Like I said, don't know if I'm saying that right, but okay, so in the book it says here, your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. You guys, that's exactly what I was saying with which card was I saying that with? Yeah, don't hold back with vitality and speak your truth. That's wild. Yeah, let me read that last line. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects to your heart, when it resonates with you, like we were just talking about. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Follow your delight. Follow your delight, pile 4. It says here, follow your genuine, meaningful bliss, and know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail, you shall rise. Exactly. Taking risks, going forward, you're going to rise. You're going to rise. You're going to be more than okay. Let me go on ahead and shuffle one more card for you guys just to see if there's any additional messages, anything that I may have missed or looked over. That Sirius may want to communicate to you for this Lion Gate portal. So let's see what we've got going on. Sirius, what do you want to say to pile 4? What do you want to say to pile 4? Okay. So we have here, the very first one that we have is loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Like I said, you guys have survived something. And this is why you are able to speak to other people that are going through something similar. And it says coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, like it said in this Karma of Kutuhala card, that you are going to rise. So whatever it is, let God in, let the universe in, let the divine in, let your own light in, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to rise from it. You're going to rise from whatever situation that you are in. Whatever it is that you're going through or have gone through, you will rise from it. And that's what I believe that this card is saying. Then this says here, fall into my arms. Again, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. So this is kind of like, it sounds like fluctuation. Sometimes things are up and down. But it says here to surrender, like this card says, loosen your grip, fall into your arms, is saying to trust God, trust the divine, trust the universe, trust in something outside of yourself that's got your back. Because it's saying right here, you can fall into me, you can trust me, you can surrender to me. And then the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Exactly. You guys are having a lot of activation in terms of your gifts and things like that with this Lion's Gate portal. And underneath the deck, we have Star Family. You are part of a team of souls. Call in support. So pile 4, call in support wherever it is that you need it, whatever it is that you need, because you are not alone. So for sure, call in support if you need to, because your soul family is here. Your soul family is here. And if you call out for them, guess what? They're going to run to your defense fast. Okay, you're definitely not alone in this. Whatever it is that you may be going through, you are not alone in this. Just know that for sure. And you are going to rise from whatever situation that you're going through, whatever it is. You see how we have these birds here? We got birds here flying. And then I think there's a bird under here. So the bird may be a significant animal for you. It may be one of your spirit animals or totem animals or a power animal right now. The hawk, the phoenix. This is you rising from the ashes of something. Like I said, you went through something dark. You went through something difficult. You rose from those ashes, coming back stronger and more wiser, which is so beautiful. You're moving forward with that into something much brighter. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile forest. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.